State Council. I would like to link to you. Mr. Coming to please hearing of petition number E-112 of 2021. To propose the sitting judge, Honorable Justice Christine Brema, Honorable Justice W. O'Reilly, and Honorable Justice Ruben Apoli. You're welcome.
Yes, good afternoon, councils and everybody on the platform.
Good afternoon, our lords.
We must start by apologizing for convening a bit late. As you understand, we had cause list to run, and it took some bit of time. We thought that would be through by around 11 or so, but that was not possible. So welcome, sorry for keeping you waiting, but now welcome. We'll proceed. This is petition number E-112. I'm aware that the other two petitions, that is petition number, is it 114?
Yeah.
No, 134. The Honorable Acting Chief Justice has also empaneled this bench to hear those matters. So we will take the appearances in this matter as well as the appearances in the other matters, and then we will deal with the preliminary issues. Paramount issue, I think, will be the issue of consolidation, because the matters are interrelated. We may have to consider all of them. And once we deal with the issue of consolidation, then the bench will give further directions of the way forward. So in E-112, let's have the appearances.
May I please, my lord, my lady. My name is Ongoya. I can continue to appear for the petitioner. I can see my learned colleague, Mr. Gumbo, but as usual, he appears with a sizable team. I'll allow him to introduce the entire team.
Thank you very much, Mr. Miller. Lords, my name is Gumbo. In this matter, I appear together with my learned friends, Mr. Moses Kiptope. I'm also assisted by my learned friend, Ms. Joan Nasiloli, and Mr. Kennedy Charlie.
Rendering our qualified we are after common with any application that would stand in the
Much obliged, my lords.
Lord, before you
Yes.
in order to facilitate this order, the first order that the petitioners serve their pleadings upon the rest of the parties, I don't know how we are going to get a one-stop shop of the respective email addresses of the other parties in the petitions where we are not involved. I would suggest that since the Deputy Registrar has contact all these parties by virtue of these filings, that she circulates these directions by 12 minutes today, and in the circulation, the respective email addresses of all the parties be included. That will make that kind of service very easy for the rest of us.
Tari mogorkom. Omanyita o constitute ko kore gento ko tu aromo. Ado tu are motivation. Oro jo mundo nya ko enda une nyambu ngora you think Nairobi? No, fa se Mr. Yok. Na bora ne vida we yande tera zome. Na itiri ko so maybe. Dangri muswat you yoram. Kina kikire mango so makinko Nkonyo ebu nitie Michelle akuje na file ya Onsongo koti tira ya tata kuri arotoka ndoka it's a mess. Today or on third? Wacha tusikie. Onye now he'll give us 5 minutes each. Tuikara nzira. Ona tabugati. Soro ako yo mwana we. Odir.
Okay, we have made a further order to Alliance on the parties that the DR shall circulate the petitions and the responses and any other documents filed in petitions 112, 114, and 134 of 2021 to all the parties in the consolidated petitions by close of business today.
Thank you. My Lord, for good order and in the interest of managing time, I will address you as follows. On 12th of April 2021, when we first appeared before you as a single judge, my Lord Justice Mrema, I made elaborate submissions on why conservatory orders were necessary, and the same were noted on the record. I add those submissions today. On the 19th of April 2021, when we first appeared before this bench as a full bench, in the course of prevailing on this bench to prioritize the hearing of the application for conservatory orders, I alluded to the factors and circumstances that make the grant of those orders necessary. I equally reiterate those submissions. I submit, my lords, that the case of Peter Munya versus the IEBC, being the Supreme Court decision, remains a key pillar to the question of grant of conservatory orders. And this case passes the test in the Peter Munya case. In the interest of time, I submit that our written submissions, which are already before court, address that question in detail. Our written submissions, which are already filed, address that question in detail. We now know that the earliest we can be heard on the substantive petition is on 3rd of May 2021. We now know that. The harm that the petitioner seeks to arrest will have been suffered fully by that date, should this court not issue conservatory orders. Allow me to remind my lords and my Lord Justice Mrema.
Conservatory orders is that those candidates being interviewed have not complied with the law in providing worthy declaration forms for their spouses. The advert spelled out that precondition. And therefore, anybody being interviewed is unqualified. The procurement of those candidates is not responsive. My Lord and my Lady, it will be a waste of public money. And the orders, as indicated by my learned senior Ongoya, if they come later after the fact, there will be no remedies to that. Secondly, my Lord and my Lords and my Lady, the urgency of the scorecard for Kenyans to know how each commissioner will award each respective candidate goes to Article 10 of the Constitution. As we are now, the interviews are being conducted in an opaque manner. Based on those two grounds, my Lord, and the other one Mr. Ongoya talked of, the current chair that contravenes Article 259, 3C, 3B. My Lords and my Lady, I urge that you grant conservatory orders so that those weighty issues we have raised are dealt with. That's all because of timelines, my Lord and my Lady.
And weighty cross-cutting constitutional issues in the consolidated petition, challenging the constitutionality of the ongoing process. The issues are novel and require serious consideration. On the basis of the foregoing, and for reasons that will be contained in the judgment that we will finally deliver, we are of the considered view that this is a matter where appropriate conservatory orders should be issued. We therefore issue the following orders. Number 1, the interviews for the position of the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya shall proceed as scheduled. For avoidance of doubt, the JSC shall interview all the remaining candidates for the position of the Chief Justice. Number 2, the JSC shall not make any further considerations or deliberations on the position of the CJ after the close of the interviews on Friday, 23rd April 2021. And lastly, the JSC is hereby restrained from conducting the interviews for the judge of the Supreme Court pending the hearing and the determination of the consolidated petition. Those are the orders of this court.
We are most obliged.
Much obliged.
Most obliged, many.
My Lord and my ladies.